also known as LeSweetpea. Minasan konnichiwa, Paris desu. And today I'm going to be making a Japanese video. You guys have been asking me to do this for a really long time, and I've been really wanting to kind of continue this series, so I'm going to be doing that today. I'm going to be making more videos about learning Japanese and just going to basically continue my Japanese series. If you guys have seen my other ones, I made how I learned Japanese, beginner phrases, and then how I learned hiragana and katakana. And then there was also an app review that I did. I'm gonna have the link to the playlist down below so you guys can watch all of those, and I'm gonna continue uploading just kind of tips and lessons and stuff like that for Japanese. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about beginner phrases that you need to know in Japanese that are very useful. I actually made a video like this a few years ago, so this is going to be kind of a continuation of that video, so you guys should definitely go ahead and watch that one first, because I'm not going to say the same phrases. I'm just going to kind of continue where I left off. So yeah, this video is 初歩的な日本語に, which is 2. Number 1 is はい. はい. And はい means yes in Japanese. So I think this is something you definitely need to know, because sometimes people will ask you questions and you need to know how to say yes or no. Also, はい is used for, like, if you're in a classroom and the teacher's taking attendance. I've noticed that we all just say はい, meaning here, basically. Number 2 is itte. Itte. And itte means no. So I think that's the most common way people say no. Sometimes they'll say iya, which is kind of just like a shortened version of that, but you need to just know how to say no. Know how to say no? Yeah, you just need to know how to say no, which is itte. Alright, so number 3 is something I think is really important. It is ano and etto, which basically just means in Japanese. So when we're speaking in English, I feel like saying is pretty normal. Literally, okay, yeah. Saying is super normal, and it's the same in Japanese. Whether you're a beginner or you're fluent, it's sometimes you have to say but in Japanese, people say ano and etto, and I think if you're speaking in Japanese, it's better to kind of just say everything in Japanese, just so your brain kind of, I don't know, gets used to just thinking in a different way. Kind of refrain from saying and just replace those with ano or etto. And this is like a side number that I just thought of, but I say like a lot in English, and the way that you kind of say like in Japanese, or like a similar way of saying like, I guess, is nanka. Nanka. It's, I don't know if it directly translates to like, but it's used in the exact same way as like. So if you feel like you want to say like, just try to say nanka, and it just sounds better. Number 4 is はい、そうです. はい、そうです. And はい、そうです means yes, that's right. And if you guys noticed when I said はい、そうです, I'm not really pronouncing the U that is kind of at the end of that word. And a lot of you guys ask, why isn't the U pronounced? But that's kind of like asking, why isn't the GH pronounced in through? It's just how it is. I don't exactly know why, but it's pretty much just how su, which is the character at the end of that word, it's just kind of how it's pronounced in various circumstances or various words. Most verbs end with su, like for example, tabemasu. It has a U at the end, but you don't pronounce it either. So just get used to saying so desu. It sounds super weird if you're like so desu, like it that does not sound right. You're not gonna hear anyone saying it like that. I think it sounds kind of childish, is what my teachers have said, and sometimes people do pronounce it, but it's just very not common. Number 5 is Ittekimasu. 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 Which means I will go and come back. And basically you're going to use this word when you're leaving the house. I don't think we really say any specific phrase in English when we're leaving the house, but in Japanese it's something that I always hear. I live in a share house, so sometimes when my friends leave, if like we're all hanging out in the living room and they're gonna go to work or go somewhere, they'll say Ittekimasu, and then our response is Itterasshai, Itterasshai, which means please go and come back, basically. Yeah, please go and come back. So these are just kind of set phrases. I don't think you really need to think about what exactly it means. But just know, if you're leaving the house, you want to say Ittekimasu, and then if you're saying bye to someone, you want to say Itterasshai, Itterasshai. Number 7 is Tadaima, 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 which is I'm home. And I hear this a lot too. A lot of people, whenever they walk in, they'll say Tadaima. Or if someone says like welcome home to me, which is the next one, I'll respond with this. I'll say Tadaima. Number 8 is Okaerinasai, Okaerinasai. And Okaerinasai is welcome home. Okaeri is kind of just welcome back or welcome home. And then the nasai is a formal add-on. So if you're talking to a friend, you want to just say Okaeri. And if you're talking to maybe someone you don't really know that well, then you can say Okaerinasai. So in my share house, I don't know everyone. I know a lot of the people, but there's a few people that I don't really see them that often. So when we're talking, they'll say, maybe if they welcome me back home, they'll say Okaerinasai, and I'll say Tadaima. And also maybe if someone is a lot older than you, you might want to just say Okaerinasai instead of Okaeri. Number 9 is Dokoから来ましたか? Dokoから来ましたか? Which is where are you from? Literally, where do you come from? Dokoから来ましたか? Yeah, where do you come from, basically. And that is in the kind of polite form. I'll always kind of tell you guys these phrases in polite form just so you know the full form. But just know that some of the phrases, there's like shorter ways to say it. So for this phrase, どこから来ましたか? The shorter ways are どこから来たの or どこから来た. So the first one that I just said was どこから来たの どこから来たの or どこから来た. So usually if I'm out, you know, if I'm at the club or at the bar or just walking around, whatever, and I happen to talk to someone I don't know that's maybe around my age, I usually hear どこから来たの? Where are you from? And I would reply, I'm from America, which brings me to number 10, which is basically I'm from blank. First you would say the country you're from, and then から来ました. So I would say アメリカから来ました. Yeah, in more casual speech you just like shorten it a bit. So I would say アメリカから来た. アメリカから来た. And if you want to know how to say your country, you can just use Google Translate or any dictionary and you can figure it out. But yeah, number 10 is country から来ました. アメリカから来ました. アメリカから来た. Number 11, I don't have enough fingers, but number 11 is ゆっくり言ってください. ゆっくり言ってください. ゆっくり言ってください, which is please say it slowly or please say it slower. I think it's a really useful phrase when you're just learning Japanese because even I think if you get to like a good level, sometimes people just say stuff really fast or sometimes you just don't understand what someone said and you're like, can you say that slower? ゆっくり言ってください. ゆっくり言ってください. And the next one, number 12, is もう一度言ってください, which is, can you say that one more time? もう一度言ってください. And I think this one, I use it kind of often. I think I say a little bit more than ゆっくり言ってください, just because I don't normally need someone to say it slower. Sometimes I literally just like didn't hear what someone said, whether it's a friend or a worker. If it's a friend, I'll just say もう一度, which is one more time. And if it's a worker, maybe I'll say もう一度言ってください. And it's just kind of a nice way to say, can you please repeat that? Number 13 is お腹が空きました. 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 I'm hungry. お腹が空きました. And again, this is the long form. If you want to say it the shorter version, it's just お腹が空いた. お腹が空いた. So if I'm with my friends, I just say お腹が空いた。お腹が空いた。Number 14 is お腹がいっぱいです。お腹がいっぱいです。お腹がいっぱいです which is I'm full. お腹がいっぱいです。Shorter version is お腹がいっぱい。お腹がいっぱい。I'm full. Number 15 is 喉が渇きました。喉が渇きました。喉が渇きました which is I'm thirsty. Nodo is throat and 渇きました is kind of like dry, I believe. And the shorter version of 喉が渇きました is 喉が渇いた。喉が渇いた。I'm thirsty. Number 16 is お願いします。お願いします。お願いします。And お願いします is basically a way of saying please in Japanese. And I use this pretty often if I'm ordering food. Then I usually say this at the end. So for example, if I just wanted like tonkotsu ramen, which is just a type of ramen, maybe I'll say 豚骨ラーメンを一つお願いします which is one ramen, one 豚骨ラーメン ramen, please. So I think it's just a very useful word to know just so you sound more polite whenever you're ordering something. So those are all the phrases that I'm going to be sharing with you today. If you guys have any requests for Japanese videos, please leave them down below. I am going to make a kanji video, but I want to make sure that I kind of, cover everything when I talk about that. So that one is coming up. But if you guys have any other Japanese videos that you guys want to see or any questions about learning the language, please leave those down below. And yeah, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also I have a Japanese Instagram, like a study Instagram, and I'll have that linked down below. I think that's it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. 動画を見てくれてありがとうございました。バイバイ。